What if I told you that everything you know about motivation is wrong? That the very concept of lacking motivation is fundamentally flawed. Today, we're going to explore a revolutionary way of understanding human behavior that might just change your life. Part 1, the motivation myth. You know that feeling? You're sitting there, staring at your to-do list, desperately wishing you had more motivation. Maybe it's that workout program you've been meaning to start, or that business idea you've been dreaming about, or even something as simple as organizing your closet. And as each day passes without action, that voice in your head grows louder. Why am I so lazy? But here's what decades of psychological research has revealed. You don't actually lack motivation. In fact, you're experiencing motivation right now, thousands of times per day. The real question isn't about having or lacking motivation. It's about understanding how motivation really works. Think of your brain as the world's most sophisticated supercomputer, constantly running complex probability calculations. Every single action you consider triggers an intricate web of neural computations, weighing factors you're not even consciously aware of. Let's break down what's happening in your brain when you face a decision. Primary factors your brain considers. Number 1, energy cost analysis. Physical energy, mental energy, emotional energy, and time investment. Number 2, success probability assessment. Past experiences, current skills, environmental factors, and available resources. Number 3, reward evaluation. Immediate benefits, long-term benefits, social rewards, and personal satisfaction. Number 4, risk analysis. Potential for failure, social consequences, resource loss, opportunity costs. Let's dive deeper with some real-world examples that illustrate this complexity. Case study number 1, the job search paradox. The traditional view is, I'm just not motivated enough to apply for jobs. In reality, your brain is doing these calculations. It's looking at the energy cost. And in this example, it's high. Research required, 2 to 3 hours per application, emotional preparation, significant mental effort, complex forms and customization depending on each job application. What about the success probability? The industry average response rate, 2 to 5%, interview success rate, 20 to 30%, final offer rate, 5 to 10%. What about the reward timeline? You don't get an immediate reward. The feedback timeline is 2 to 4 weeks, and the potential payoff is 1 to 3 months down the road. Lastly, let's look at the risk assessment. Rejection likelihood, high. Self-esteem impact, significant. Time investment loss, considerable. It's no wonder when you take all of these into consideration that your brain says, is this actually worth it? What about case study number 2? The social media scroll. The traditional view is, I'm procrastinating because I'm lazy. When in reality, these are your brain's calculations. Your energy cost? Minimal. Physical effort, mental effort, and emotional effort? All pretty minimal. Success probability? Entertainment? 100%. Novel content? 100%. Social connection? Almost 100%. What about the reward timeline? Immediate dopamine release? Constant reinforcement? No delay in gratification? The risk assessment is pretty much the same. There's virtually no risk of failure, minimal social consequences. How does this all look in the perspective of evolution? To understand why our brains work this way, we need to look back at our evolutionary history. Our ancestors faced daily decisions that literally meant life or death. In scenario 1, let's look at the example of having to hunt for food. The potential reward, high. We could have food for weeks. The risk is extreme. It could result in death or injury. The success rate, pretty low, 20 to 30%. And the energy cost, massive. But in scenario 2, the overview looks a little bit different. What if instead of hunting large animals, we gathered berries? The potential reward, pretty modest, daily sustenance. Risk, minimal. Success rate, 90 to 100%. Energy costs, moderate. How do you compare this to the modern day and what is going on with the crises when people say they lack motivation? Our brain is dealing with modern challenges it wasn't designed for. We have abstract goals, information overload. We have to deal with delayed gratification. Each one of these all come with their own unique struggles that we weren't taught in school how to deal with. Now that we understand how motivation really works, let's explore comprehensive strategies to work with your brain's natural tendencies. When it comes to probability enhancement techniques, you need to break goals into micro steps, create clear success metrics, document all progress, and build visible momentum. When it comes to energy management strategies, you have to time block for peak energy periods. You have to create energy preserving routines. You have to design environment for minimal friction, and you have to have a recovery protocol. When it comes to reward engineering, you need to create artificial reward schedules, implement milestone celebrations, design progress visualization systems, and have social accountability. When it comes to risk mitigation approach, you have to establish safety nets, create reversible experiments, build incremental commitment, and develop failure recovery plans. Remember, you're not broken and you're not lazy. Your brain is doing exactly what it evolved to do, making sophisticated calculations about energy investment and probable outcomes. The key isn't to fight against these tendencies, but to work with them, creating environments and systems that align with your brain's natural decision-making process. If you found this deep dive helpful, hit that subscribe button and notification bell to join our community of continuous learners.